Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandrago's Cave. Today we are gonna be talking about Absalom from One Piece. This is a request that we got. We had a couple of guys from Thriller Bark being requested, so we have already Moria. I'm gonna put here the theory for Moria, and we're gonna be doing Absalom today, okay? This is a Gambit request, so let's go into it. I always say here in the channel that your requests are more than welcome, and anytime that you want to see one of your favorite One Piece characters done, we can do it in the One Piece section. If you want to see another character from another series, like, I don't know, Bleach, Naruto, Dragon Ball, you want as well Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Narnia, anything that you want. If I watched it, I can talk about it, I can draw it. If I haven't watched it, I will watch it, and then we can talk about it here, okay? So let's draw. We have this space more or less today for Absalom. I'm choosing yellow. This is a Standard brand yellow because he is a lion. Okay, he has the face of a lion, and I need to do a little bit of a sketching here. So let's do and see how it looks. Okay, so Absalom is one of Gecko Moria's subordinates. Gecko Moria is famous for not wanting people that is alive in his crew, because he lost his full crew fighting Kaido ages ago, and he decided, okay, I'm gonna raise a zombie army, and that way I can't lose my people like this. But Perona, Absalom, Hawkback, there's a couple of guys like this that they are alive, they are humans, okay? So I may talk about these couple of guys as well. Let's see. This is going like this. Am I in frame? Yes, no, almost. Okay. So what's happening with Absalom at the moment? At the moment, as far as we know, Absalom is dead. Absalom is dead. His fruit has been given to Shiryu, Ame no Shiryu, one of the Blackbeard guys. His appearance, his looks have been stolen from another of the Blackbeard guys, that's Katerina Devon. We know this because there is a short story in between stories in Hachinosu, okay? And in Hachinosu we see how Moria, in a rampage attack, goes into Hachinosu on his own, with a bunch of zombies that he couldn't have taken because he had no Hawkback, he had no help anymore. There are not dead people there, so that is a little bit of a flop that happens with Moria, because he can't raise these weird looking people in Hachinosu, when in Hachinosu you don't have one looking like a panda, one looking like that Hawkback was doing those. He could have raised some pirates that they are kind of underneath the layers and layers of Hachinosu, but anyway, so we see how he goes there, he starts shouting, he wants this guy Blackbeard to come out here and face me, blah blah blah. You took Absalom, I'm gonna recover Absalom. We see the human part of Gecko Moria. That is very nice. I do not think we are finished with Gecko Moria yet, so that makes the plot a little bit more interesting, okay? And then we see Absalom. Absalom is there. He's in the swimming pool, chilling in one of those roof terraces with a bunch of girls in bikini. And Absalom, we know that he is a perp from the Thriller Bark saga. He just was chasing Nami all the time, and probably before Nami, many other girls. And he had the clear fruit, the invisible fruit, basically, to spy on girls. The same thing that Sanji wanted to do. And then, you know, Gecko Moria, after that, after seeing him, he changes his attitude, like, oh my god, Absalom, I thought actually you were in danger, you were fine here, no? And then Absalom jumps very elegantly, very magistral, and steps on in front of Moria and kind of saying, oh, I'm actually not Absalom, and then detransforms and becomes the real person that it's Katerina Devon. Okay, Katerina Devon, as you know, has a fruit pretty similar to Mr. Chu fruit, that she can copy the appearances of other people, but this one is the mythological QB, the mythological nine-tails fruit. I'm gonna put the video about her here as well. And we haven't seen the whole scope of that fruit as per yet, so my concept, my idea, my guess in that theory that I put there is that her fruit needs to have a level up. Okay, she is above Mr. Chu, needs, because she's mythological, needs to be. So my idea is that when she touches you, she can copy you, yes, but copy as well your knowledge. For example, I think, and I propose in that theory, that she is the one who touched and defeated Robin in Egghead off screen, and when she transforms into Robin, she's gonna be able to read poneglyphs, because she's copying as well the knowledge that Robin has, the information that Robin may have. So this is one of the ways that I think Blackbeard is gonna have to gather information. She touched as well Saturn, so now they are gonna have a lot of intel from inside the world government, from inside the Gorusei, and the knowledge of Imu, most probably because this. I don't think Katerina Devon is aware of the limits of her power, but once we see how she's gonna be using the transformation, mark my words, expect something in this line, okay? So we see how this this is a surprise for Moria. He assumes that Absalom is dead and continues going rampage. He ends up captured, and we know this because when Kobe is in Hachinosu, we see how Perona is telling Kobe, I'm gonna release you only, and the only condition that you actually release Moria, and Moria can escape as well with you. You can save Moria. So we know that Moria ended up being captured. Absalom is paramount for the One Piece story. He is a completely secondary character, a completely irrelevant character up until now, but Absalom is a character that had his fruit stolen. Everyone is assuming that he's dead. I think he's still alive. I do not think that Blackbeard needs to kill someone to take the fruit, because that's the way that someone could do it in a normal day. Like, you could kill Luffy, and then Luffy will die, and his fruit will appear in the closest fruit. Let's say you are holding an apple, so that Gomu Gomu Hito Hito no Mi model Nika would appear in the fruit that you are holding. The closest fruit will get the transformation. So there we go into this predicament here. Why I'm saying this? I'm saying this because at the very end of One Piece, after Luffy's been training for so long and so hard in all the techniques, Luffy needs to have a handicap. What is a handicap? A handicap is an extra challenge, a problem, something he needs to resolve first to be able to carry on in the battle. And this handicap is Blackbeard will steal his fruit, and Luffy will be fruitless. So he's gonna have to punch his way through against Blackbeard. In my opinion, he may be able to recover his fruit and eat it again, but we need to see how Blackbeard steals a fruit, and the only way of seeing this is when he's fighting against Luffy. They will have a first face-off, like with Crocodile, that he fought 3 times Crocodile. The same in the first one. Blackbeard needs to steal his fruit, take his power from him. So Luffy needs to go back to his roots, start training more, even a higher level of Haki or anything, to be able to regain his power, regain his fruit and everything. So let's do... I know it may sound crazy, I know it may sound you may think, oh, this is never gonna happen, blah blah blah. But I've been watching One Piece for many years, like for decades now, and I see that is the only challenge that can oppose now. This is the only problem, let's say, the only problem that you may give Luffy, that Luffy may need to actually think what I'm gonna do now, okay? And the stealing of his fruit. I don't think Oda would give Blackbeard such a great power, because this is a tremendous power that he has, without a purpose against the main character. Okay, if you are gonna just steal Ace's fruit, or steal Marco's fruit, or steal Absalom's fruit, yeah, you can be doing this, but on a screen you need to see that problem with a main character. I don't want to see it with Sabo. Sabo is on top, at the end of the day, secondary character. Luffy is the main character. I want to see it with the other one, because he's the main, and we need to create tension, and we need to create more rivalry there at the end of the day, okay? Because as far as we know, there is no rivalry yet. Ace wasn't captured by Blackbeard because Blackbeard was looking for him, or Blackbeard said, oh yeah, I'm gonna go and hunt you. No, that is because the other way around. Ace was looking for him, Ace wanted him to pay, Ace was very stubborn, and we had what we had there in the situation. So if you tell me that Zorro is able to say, "Aye, Luffy, don't worry about Bibi, don't worry about this," they will, if we need them, we will figure it out. And now, don't go and find Ace, because if he needs help, we will go and help him. And now you are gonna blame it on Ace. It's Ace's fault that he went chasing him, so that is completely expected. So I think the relevance of Absalom is quite important in this part of the story. Let's see. I'm regretting now the choosing of the yellow, because now I can't see anything. I can't see here what I'm drawing, so I'm gonna wing it, and I'm gonna jump into fine liner. Okay, let's go into, as usual, the Unipin fine liner. This time I want to try 0.3. Normally I do 0.2 or even 0.1 to have a very thin, very delicate line, but I want to work a little bit more loose today, so I'm gonna try to do all these lines very nice. Okay, let's go, let's do this. So what is your opinion about this? What are you expecting? Are you expecting Blackbeard to have killed Absalom, for example? Why is that? I want to see your comment in the show more section down below, because I think it is important to open conversation, to discuss One Piece ideas, and to be both of us, well, all of us in the same page. I know some of the theories that we discuss here in the channel may be a little bit, let's say, complicated to happen, and you may not expect that something like that is going to happen. But you need to keep an eye on the things that are happening at the moment, and this could actually be of importance. If we happen to see Absalom, this hasn't been confirmed yet, if we happen to see Absalom in a cell in Hachinosu, because there are other guys in Hachinosu that we like Garp and Pudding, they are there, and we will definitely go into the dungeons of Hachinosu, and we will see who is there, kidnapped, trapped, and everything. And it makes sense. It makes sense that we see other people that we know, other faces that we know. Okay, let's do these lines, because if you remember, okay, what we are gonna do here is the mouthpiece of Absalom is not human. He was modified. Okay, he was modified by Hawkback. He wanted to be stronger, and he wanted to do this and to do that. So Hawkback actually gave him the strength of a gorilla. Some of the muscles are gorilla looking, and the speed of a gazelle or something like that. And then he gave him as well the the face of a lion to bite and everything, and yeah, so he made him quite epic. And we need to remember that we are going to be doing that for him now, okay? This is him. We're going to make the teeth like this, and now like this. Maybe I done this a little bit too long, but let's do like this. A little bit a stretched face I've done, but well, here and here. Yeah, I may have gone a little bit too big head for the size that we are doing here. We will see. Just like this, and the arm, and the neck, and the hair here, okay? Looking good so far, let's see. And the other arm, we want the arm here. That's gonna be the hand. Just gonna go on top. He's like this, okay? Like in his design when he's with I was gonna say Arlong, when he's with Gekko representation and everything. One of the color spreads, like this, and this goes down now, like this. Yeah, looking nice. Okay. Okay. So as I was saying, we have this this challenge, and the fruit that, for example, you know, One Piece is not a story where randomly you are gonna see randomly all these guys dying. I don't think Oda actually has never done something like this. He will not kill a character. He needs to be very. It needs to be very important for the story, I would say, for him to be able to kill a character like Ace, like Whitebeard, something like this, like maybe Pedro as well, like because they had this this determination, this importance in the story, they needed to be eliminated. But for someone like Absalom, that is just background, he's being there, he's doing his own thing, and I don't think that can happen, to be honest. Just do these lines like this. Okay, looking nice so far. This symbol that I have no idea the symbol what this looks like. I know that definitely this is this line that Thillerbark has as well on the top, but we will do like this. Yes, now it's looking nice. Like that. It is pretty convenient to see how the fruit is stolen, and it is pretty convenient for Oda to give that information only bit by bit, only just feeding us. He needs to feed us like little kids, only a tiny bit of information, and we don't discover, because this is, I would say, the main plot, the main weapon of the bad guy, that in this case obviously is Blackbeard, is that we don't know how has the power to steal the fruits. Why do you think in the Paramount war against, you know, the government and everything with to rescue Ace, why do you think he will put a cape on top of Whitebeard? I think he put a cape because it was a mystery still there. It was very young age for us to know what's happening there, and he needed to keep it secret. Probably, another guess of mine there is the story of One Piece is evolving a lot, and probably at that point he didn't even know how he's gonna reveal this, at what time he wants to reveal it, and probably he said, you know what, I need to make something different here, make something very, let's say, something very mysterious, so I'm able to reveal it later on, okay, in another moment, without much of a fuss. I don't want to put myself in a pickle here, and I just want to do now something mysterious, so anyone reading the story later will know how this is going to happen, and that's it. There is no mystery there. Sometimes with Oda, the easiest option is the more plausible, the more possibility, the one that has more possibilities, and And yeah, let's do the boots here. Okay, he has some sort of X's here, like design, and circles as well. Like this. I love to do these boots like thin, like this. I know One Piece normally does this design a little bit more wide, like Usopp, it's always more wide, but I like it something like this. Okay, and then we don't see the other part because the other part we're gonna do like this, and it's gonna fall very close to him like this. So this needs to finish here, and the second line is finishing here as well. Not going to the bottom, probably, only going to the bottom, only one line like this. Yeah, something like this. Let me see. We are a little bit caught in the head and a little bit caught in the feet here. I'm gonna show you the feet one moment. You see there? But we draw him a little bit maybe too big, but it's okay. It's okay. No problemo. Okay. Okay. And as I said, I'm regretting a bit having to use the yellow, because what is gonna happen now is, because most of the drawing is blue, the coat is blue, the trousers are blue, we are gonna have this problem, that the blues are gonna be looking like greenish. This is color theory, okay? So we have yellow, that's primary color, and then we have blue, especially blue cyan, that is something more like this, primary color again, and then we have this reddish, that is not reddish, it's more pinkish, magenta. So with these three colors, primary colors, you do the rest of the colors. You mix, for example, these two, and you will have green. You mix these two, and you will have more orangey. Okay, you mix these two, and then so on, so on. And then the secondary colors, you mix them, and you have the rest of the colors as well. This is something that probably I can do for you in an explanation video with examples, like painting here one color and mixing it in real time with these pencils to complement a little bit this collection I have here on learn how to draw from the very basics. In that collection there, I'm basically explaining how to draw a face, how to draw a body, how to draw silhouette, how to draw sketching. But for all of those who always thought, oh, I don't have a hand for drawing, I will never be able to draw anything, don't worry, I got you. Just check those videos and you will see how it is very easy. Just with a couple of steps, you have a caricature of your son, your daughter, your brother, your kids. I don't know. It's gonna be a very nice time. Okay. So, but it's gonna be in another video, obviously. For now, let's just keep at it. But as I said, I regret a little bit having used that one because it's gonna give us a little bit of trouble. So you know what I'm gonna do then instead? So I'm gonna, the purple parts that are here, I'm gonna paint them purple, okay? We have two purples. This one for the lines here, and it falls as well on the other side, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the coat black with my fine liner. Like I always do, like with Law, I don't need all dark, or with other characters that I didn't like their outfits and I prefer to see something more sinister or something more piratey, I change colors. And it's okay because, you know, this is for enjoying, and if I don't like, for example, the color of a hat, I'm gonna change it because I have the freedom here of changing it. And just don't take it wrong, or don't take it as a, oh my god, he's not drawing them so loyal to the... That doesn't matter. That, to be honest, doesn't matter. So you will see now, okay? Like I'm using this cyan color here, and when I'm touching the yellows, you see how it's getting a little bit green there. If I would keep adding more yellow, it would blend the color, you will get more green. Nowadays, you don't have to do that if you don't want. You have these colors specifically, each one of the colors, don't mix them, and you can paint the color that you want. There are thousands of colors out there, thousands of brands as well. As I always say, do not marry to a specific brand, because maybe one brand that you're using doesn't have the color that you want, and another brand does have it. Here at the moment I have Stadler, I have Alpino, I have Faber-Castell, Supracolor, Carandange. Yeah, you see this is Alpino, this is a Stadler, all of them are mixed. It is nice that you find, because each one of these brands have a different let's say thickness or different kind of texture, and these ones, Stadler and Alpino, are quite similar on hardness. Carandash is more soft, you can blend it better. So Carandash and these ones don't work together for me very nice, what I tried before. So I just let you know some tips and some things that I discovered the difficult way, the hard way, and that's it. So if you're gonna buy something, keep in mind these things. You can test the colors as well when you go to a art shop, for example. They will have colors in boxes, and they will have colors loose that you can go and test them on a paper or something and see if you like them or if you don't like them, okay? Just so you're aware of that. A little bit more vivid color for this. Yellow. I love this tiny yellow. I am so sad that the colors I like, I use them so much, like this yellow and the green olive. Look at this. Look at this. This is like almost like my nail, so tiny. There's these two. But I love to use these two colors. I'm painting this, but this is gonna be having a little bit of dark on top to make it a little bit more sinister, okay? Those are the three sinisters, actually. They are called the three sinisters. So we have room to do the design a little bit there. So Absalom. I wasn't expecting to see you for anything, and now this whole story in Hachinosu, this whole story is stealing your fruit, giving you importance. I have to say, I love it. I am a very, very big fan of One Piece, but especially the beginning. The beginning, I'm kind of in love with the beginning of the story, in love with the pre-time skip saga, with the pre-time skip designs, especially Frankie's design. I talk about it all the time. As well, I have this kind of struggle nowadays with One Piece where everyone is super powerful and everyone is like Dragon Ball, shooting beams and flying around. I like the simplicity of the beginning. Is Blue too, obviously Shabondi. I love the characters. The type of drawing that you had in the manga before, you can see that Oda was more in the details. Now he's drawing in the manga very loose sometimes, and that's because two things. He has drawn the characters so many times that he's able and more skilled to draw them very easily, very loose, and at the same time quicker. So that's good for him, but at the same time I like when he's being delicate, drawing delicate. You can appreciate this, for example, in the color spreads. Question: are you up to date with the manga? Are you at least up to 1156? 1156 color spread, it is gorgeous. The drawing of Sanji is beautiful. The drawing of Zoro is beautiful. There's a lot of detail there. I think Oda has done excellent work in doing that color spread, and you can see how he spent more time doing that, okay? Doing that drawing. That it's not the same doing one drawing, even if it is bigger, than doing 16 pages. The way that Oda works basically is that he would sketch the whole episode, okay? He would sketch the whole episode, and then you will have a team of helpers, assistants, okay? That they are gonna be drawing what Oda indicates, okay? Let's say, I'm gonna give you a very easy example. Let's say, this is already line work, but let's say that I'm Oda and I'm gonna give this drawing without color or anything, just with basic lines, because this is a main character that I'm drawing, and then I'm gonna do like this here, okay? And that, and that, and that, and that in Oda language, in manga language, in some comic artist language, means my assistant, please paint this shape all in black, and then the assistant will go, in this case, now we are assistant, now we are Oda assistant, and then we will go painting all of this in black, okay? Normally, the things that you see, if you are a manga follower, not only... I'm gonna change to 0.8, a little bit thicker. Let me see, where is it? Where is the 0.8? It's because the 0.7 is a little bit dry, I think, so I need to use this other one. Yeah, this one I like it more. Yeah. Depends on the quality of the paper as well. This is a little bit art lesson as well. Depends on the quality of the paper. Like this one has more grain and it is more cheap type of paper. So when you are painting with this quality, you need to have a paper next to you, or I have here in the corner that I'm kind of doing like this. Okay, so the tip kind of, the ink comes out again. Okay, this is like when you are drawing with a big pen, for example, as well, or any type of marker. Okay. So as I was saying, let's say that we are an assistant now, and Oda has given us this drawing that we need to paint some of the areas in black, because we are doing One Piece. Remember, this manga is in only black and white, only we have gray tones, no color. Color is only for color spreads, and then for the anime, obviously. So Oda will focus in drawing, in this case, Absalom, because he's the main character, and then let's say that Perona is very tiny there, Kumashi is very tiny, we have some of the zombies there, there are some palm trees from thingy, there are some graveyard thingy, and maybe Ors is there at the back. So all these tiny things, he may just sketch a little bit, like this, or this is tiny thing, and give some instructions there. And then the guys will draw a tiny Perona, because it is not relevant for the full story. At the beginning, when Oda was younger, at the beginning you can see all of it is drawn by him, all of it, because you are still an emerging artist. You are trying to make a name for yourself, basically, and you don't have the power, you don't have the name to hire. And at one point, you can, when you hire someone, then that is how you work. There is, I doubt there is a single episode where Oda hasn't drawn anything. Probably he's focusing in very big drawings as well, like let's say Marineford fights, or let's say now Elbaf fights and things like this. But just so you keep it in mind, okay, this is not a one-man job. Not even the webtoons you can follow as well. If you like One Piece, probably you are following one or two webtoons as well online, like me. I love Lord Olympus. I have all the books, I have figurines, I have everything about Lord Olympus. And there as well, she started on her own, doing the drawings on her own, and at some point she became a little bit more, let's say, famous, a little bit more known, and she had some people online and remote working for her, doing some of the drawings, some of the texturing and everything, and that is how you work. Like do everything yourself until you are able to hire someone to help you to do it nicer and more effective, and that's it. As well, if you are doing drawings or you are doing YouTube videos and things like this, it's the same, you know. For everything in life is the same. So as well, I want to have here your questions, so we can answer your questions, and if there's any why on how relating to Absalom, so we can talk about him a little bit, okay? As I said at the beginning of the video, this is a request I had. Thank you very much for the request. I love when you guys are kind of asking for things to see here, and yeah, there is another one that I may do soon, okay? I may do soon, and we can talk about the guy a little bit as well, but now is Absalom's time. Absalom, the fruit of Absalom, as I was saying before, ended up with Shiryu. Shiryu, Ame no Shiryu. Shiryu, I'm gonna put his theory here as well. Shiryu is a Blackbeard guy, a very dangerous man, someone who has now at the moment the clear fruit, the invisibility fruit, and everyone, because he is the swordsman of the Blackbeard pirates, everyone is talking about, oh my god, that Zorro final battle, blah blah blah. Never you will see that thing happening. I completely think that the clear power in a swordsman at the level of Shiryu can and will be very nicely handled by our epic Brook. Remember that we have 2 swordsmen in our crew, so we need to have at least 2 swordsmen for final battle as well, okay? I have one of my strongest theories that is pinned there as well with his video, with the Shiryu video, is about Vista. Vista is the number 5 of the Whitebeard pirates, the guy with the top hat with double sword, Nito Ryu. I think Vista is the number 1 of Blackbeard. Vista was a very bad influence for Blackbeard. He kind of, like Treble, contaminated a lot Blackbeard and manipulated him. So are we gonna be able to reduce this? Yes. This is a lifesaver, you see? When we work in traditional like this, sometimes we can save the day by just adding a little bit of dark here to reduce the size of the mouthpiece, okay? Like this. Nice. I forgot about this, but it is working okay. That's good. And as you can see, with this we are able to camouflage a little bit the yellows as well, that by mistake, by my silliness this time I chose to do, okay? Let's keep doing. So as I was saying, in that theory, basically, I fight the idea, I propose the idea of Vista being this manipulative old man that has encrusted in Blackbeard's brain that he needs to do this step and this step and this step, and he's the king, like we had with Doflamingo backstory. And next time that we see Vista, we are gonna see him with the diamond fruit. He wasn't around for years because I think he was out hunting Hosu. Hosu has diamond. This is something that, first of all, Mr. One, when the Mr. One fight, old school Arabasta finishes. And that fight finishes, Mr. One says to Zorro, now what are you gonna cut next? Diamond? And obviously we know that the Diamond guy is a good guy, so obviously Zorro is not gonna cut him. And now that all the things with Whitebeard happened involving Blackbeard, why not stealing his fruit? Why not giving his fruit to another guy? And why not having that guy fighting Zorro? I remind you that Vista is the only character in the whole story that we have seen clashing with Mihawk in real time. A swordsman, I mean, Crocodile clashes with Mihawk as well in the war, but a swordsman. And they had to postpone the duel. That duel is gonna happen through Davy back fight, as I said in my Usopp video as well, in the Davy back fight more than a year ago. Now Davy Jones, the Davy back fight, Rocks Pirates, all of this is being resurfaced. There is more and more reason now to believe that old theory I have in the channel, one of my first theories in the channel actually. And there is more reason to believe that. I think there's gonna be this challenge where the user of Absalom's fruit is gonna face Brook, and he's gonna reveal himself as a secondary character, and we will have the introduction of the true swordsman, that is Vista, where Vista is gonna destroy Mihawk in single combat in front of Zorro in the back fight. Zorro is not gonna be able to intervene to save Mihawk. Mihawk is gonna die. The wanted poster of Vista, Poem, is gonna catapult himself to the stars, and then you're gonna have this crazy fight with Vista that is gonna be invisible and able to camouflage the invisible Diamond, and able to strengthen his power with obviously Haki, like Virgo. Imagine Black Diamond. And on top of that, he's gonna be having 2 black swords fighting Zorro with 3 swords, and that is gonna be very epic as well. The character design, the shape of the body that Vista has is diamond shape, and that's telling you most of the information that you need to know about the character. The characters in One Piece are always designed with the shapes in the mind. If you're gonna be tiny, you're gonna be sneaky. If you're gonna be back, you're gonna be bulky, big. You are gonna be fighting, you know, full on. So yeah, keep that one in mind. Okay, I recommended a couple of theories that I put it on the sides. So keep notes with that, and I'll see you in a year time when we come back here and we talk about all of these details about the invisibility power, the diamond power, the Zorro concept, the Luffy losing his fruit. I want to know as well that. So what do you think? What will happen? How do you feel by this? How do you feel by the idea or the concept of the proposition here of Luffy maybe losing his fruit at some point for something? It is something that you see happening. It is something that you will like. It's something that there is no chance in the world that you will say, oh, I'm cool with that, and maybe you just want to keep everything normal and like that. I want to know your opinion, because it is something that for me it shocks me a lot, and I kind of strongly desire that thing to happen, and see how Luffy needs to overcome problem, and his struggles are not finished at all. There's two more lines here for the hair. It's very beautiful mane this lion has. If you see in Thriller Bark, there is this tiny moment while the guys are being taken in the carriage to the castle, to Hawkback Castle, to the laboratory, and Nami is looking through the window, Usopp is looking through the window, and they see this lion roaring there outside in the moonlight and everything, and they're like, oh my god, there is a lion there, and wait a minute, and that lion has a human face that is actually the bottom, the chin and the nose and everything of Absalom. That is actually the other Absalom half that is roaming around Thriller Bark. Thriller Bark, I love it. I love the Kuma involvement in that saga. I love the general zombie concept. It's nice that we are doing Absalom now, to choose to do Absalom at this time of the year, or the One Piece year, because we have the general zombies now being released, that he is the boss, he controls the general zombies, the big guys. We are having now Silver Axe revealed in 1156. We have Gil Bastard, that we have him from the Wanted solo story from One Piece, before One Piece happens. We have him as well, that it's a sharpshooter like Usopp, very good sharpshooter with the guns. He is the guy with the 4 guns that has been as well modified by Moria. We have as well Gansui, that is the big guy in the armor suit and has elephant legs, that now is being revealed to be in the Rocks Pirates. All of these guys are coming out in the Rocks Pirates, so whatever happened in God Valley, and whatever happened with all of these guys that they end up dying, that theory about Thriller Bark being a piece of God Valley from the West Blue, it starts to make a lot of sense as well. It starts to make a lot of sense that he took that piece of land and he sailed it into the Grand Line to make his island, his ship, that is actually an island, and in that ground you had the corpses of all of these guys. Maybe he didn't even know who were these guys as such. Captain John was there as well. Captain John the corpse is there as well. That's the only one that we knew from the Pirates of Rocks, that they were in Thriller Bark, but now his General Zombies, Absalom General Zombies, has as well the other 3 guys. So it starts to make sense, everything. I am saying lately as well that Oda is at this point of the story, that the story has become so nice, so beautiful, that he needs to tie loose ends. Okay, he needs to start by going into older episodes like Thriller Bark, and he needs to say, Everyone is talking about who are these general zombies, because I already made Captain John relevant with Boggy story. How can I make more of them? Okay, now I have the Rocks Pirates, I'm gonna showcase some of those guys. So all of these things, just so you keep it in mind, that are happening at the moment. All of those things we are gonna see even more. Stussy is there, Gloriosa is there, everyone is being there now, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love the lore in a story, and the lore of One Piece is titanic, is tremendous, is incredible, and I love it. If you have any kind of question as well about lore, maybe there is something that you don't have clear, like clear fruit, no? If you don't have something that is clear for you in the story, like why this happened, or where is this other guy, or oh, I forgot about that other guy, open conversation. Let's talk about it. Let's make a video about it, and it doesn't even need to be a video. We can just talk about it in the comment section, okay? And open a little bit of conversation there, okay? We're almost done with Absalom. As you can see, we have done all the design. Just want to add a little bit of, you know, shading here and here to create this little bit of effect here, like that. But as you can see, this is looking very nice. The Absalom. At the end, we could camouflage the yellows. That was good. That was good for the drawing. There's no problem. So as a tiny recap of what we have seen, Absalom, in my opinion, is still alive. Absalom is at the moment in a cell in Hachinosu, in my opinion. I don't think Blackbeard needs to be killing someone to be able to steal the fruit. I think the way that we are gonna see this is when he's gonna steal Luffy's fruit in the final battle, and that's gonna be Luffy's handicap, to be able to fight without the fruit and recover the fruit somehow. And I think he took the clear and gave it to Shiryu, because Shiryu is gonna get invisible. He's gonna camouflage his presence with Haki or with an awakened clear fruit. So Brook fights him. Brook is not gonna be able to find him, and because he has the ice power, he's gonna freeze the floor, and you will be able to see the steps. And then Brook is gonna be able to cut him following the steps. Okay, that is what I think is gonna happen. If you give that fight for Zorro that has already conquered Osaki, confirmed multiple times, and recently confirmed again with Gavan's introduction, that is not a rival for him, because Zorro is going to be able to sense him, he's going to be able to cut him straight away. He may have some kind of, let's say, Haki to protect himself on the body, like Vergo, but Zorro is coming from cutting Kaido in dragon form. So I don't think Shiryu is like nothing for him, and we need to introduce a new guy, in this case Vista, that is old school. Vista being a top tier from Roger era. Do we want to see a one from Roger era fighting Zorro as a final thing, or do we want to see a guy who was an Impel Down with Magellan and he's bad? That is not a final fight, okay? So that is my kind of take in all of this, and as I said at the beginning, I understand it may be a little bit controversial, because we want to see certain fights, but I don't want to happen. And again, as well, another one that is not going to happen is Zorro, as I said at the beginning, because Zorro needs Zorro versus Mihawk, because Mihawk needs to be eliminated, needs to be defeated, needs to be probably killed by the bad guys, and to introduce the real Zorro rival. You don't fight your master to become stronger than your master. Your master trains you, and when you are ready, like you are already in Zorro's eyes, when you are ready, your master needs to step on the side, like all the masters. Okay, So if you follow that Shiryu video, you're going to be able to be linked to the Vista video. That is my first video done in the channel. That's why I started this channel. And you're going to be able to be linked to the Zorro as well, about talking about the swords, about the Black Blade and everything, and how he is able to cut everything. And yeah, so there is content for you to, if you like this kind of theory, this idea, there is content for you there to be entertained for a little bit. You can spend a full afternoon there listening that with a nice glass of something, and yeah, and later open conversation and we talk about it. If you agree and if you don't agree as well. So we argue a little bit, okay? Like I like to express my point and why it can be. I think we finished. I needed to do Absalom. I wanted to do Absalom. Thanks for the request, Gambit. It's nice to have these things. I'll do the other one that you asked as well soon. And yeah, let's sign for today, okay? This is DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23. You can say it as you want, and this is the Mandragon's Cave. I hope you enjoyed the video, the drawing, the theory. I feel free to share it with your friends, with your nakamas, with your family, with anyone that may like drawing and One Piece or both things. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.